Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to this video, where we're actually going to do two things. It's going to be a first impression of these two palettes from Root Cosmetics. This is the City of Lights pastel palette that I'm going to show you in the video, in the inside. And then also the Roaring 20s Reckless palette from Root Cosmetics. I ordered them, I ordered also two more, and now, first impression in this kind of a video is a bit tricky because the look has to be all purple. So it's a little bit unfair towards those palettes because they're super colorful, but I want to use that chance to do it because it gives me a nice chance to do it. Anyway, now why does the look have to be all purple? Because today's video is for the Lupus Awareness Month, which is October, and the color is purple. So now I just found out, and I find that really curious, that the color for domestic violence is also purple, and the awareness month for that is also October. So I don't know if they're sharing this on purpose or I don't know, but this video is going to be for lupus and for that awareness. So before we go in, I just want to read something about lupus because even though I am a nurse, I have never had a patient, like I'm not working as a nurse right now, but I'm a registered nurse by profession, and but I never had, to my knowledge, I don't think so, I never had a patient with lupus. So anyway, so I read up a little bit on this, and I just want to give you a definition because I don't know if really a lot of people know a lot about this disease. Plus, that is the whole point of raising awareness, right? So anyway, lupus, it says here on the internet, it's any of various diseases or conditions marked by inflammation of the skin, especially lupus vulgaris or lupus erythematosus. Okay, and it comes from the Latin and it actually means wolf, and I guess that's because it is so vicious, I think. So I watched a couple of things on YouTube about lupus and I'm absolutely shocked how these people suffer, and my heart goes out to them, and that's why I'm actually wearing this today. I don't know if you can see it, it says here fearless, because not because I'm fearless, I wish I could be, but I just want to give this to you, you know, because if you're affected or if you have people in your family that are affected, I just, you know, this is what I want to give to you. Plus, I have filmed this video already couple of days ago, and then I could not edit it immediately, but when I then started to edit it, I saw that all my files were corrupted. So I'm gonna include a picture of my last look that I did here, so you can see I did that already. Today we're gonna do a bit of a similar look, but with a little bit of a difference, because I don't want to, of course, do like the exact same thing. That's just not me. So, but it's gonna be obviously purple, and I'm going to use the purples in those palettes. And wait, let's just read maybe a little bit more about lupus. Then we go to a different website. This is Medical News Today. Let's go to this one. Okay. Lupus is a long-term autoimmune disease in which the body's immune system becomes hyperactive and attacks normal, healthy tissue. Symptoms include inflammation, swelling, and damage to the joints, skin, kidneys, blood, heart, and lungs. And I think there is not even, as far as I read here on different pages, there is no cure. There is no cure. And also young people, like really young people get already affected. And it is really heartbreaking, you know? Okay, let's see this. Lupus gained public attention in 2015 after the singer Selena Gomez announced she received a diagnosis in her late teens and underwent treatment for the condition. Though I do think that the treatment is just for the symptoms. It's not a cure, you know? Lupus is not a contagious disease. A person cannot transmit it sexually or in any other way to another person. However, in rare cases, women with lupus may give birth to children who develop a form of lupus. This is called neonatal lupus. Alright, so I think that's what it is. I'm going to leave the website in the description box so you can check up on lupus, and of course you can Google it, and also on YouTube you can find a lot of information on this disease, and maybe also how to just be there for the people who are affected, you know, even if you don't have it yourself. So this is always the first thing to get the world to be a better place. That sounds so corny, but raising awareness and getting information, that is always the first step to getting better, you know. So that's what we're doing here today. Anyway, so let's also get into the look. Of course, my eyes are primed and you know, at the stage where I always start, let's introduce those palettes. So this is the Roaring 20s Reckless palette. There is also another one that is a little, whoops, that is a little bit more subdued in colors. I'm probably gonna get that too. This is the first time I'm using this brand, Root Cosmetics. So for me, it's not just a first impression of the palettes, it's also a first impression of the brand, which is always super exciting for me. So we shall see. Root Cosmetics is a brand that is based in the US and it is very reasonable priced. I bought those two palettes and another two that I'm going to use for a different video myself. I was super amazed that they have free domestic shipping. So I got those 4 palettes. I had them sent to my best friend. God bless her. She always compiles stuff for me and then she sends it at some point to me. So I'm very thankful for that. Anyway, so this is how the palette looks. I think this is absolutely awesome. And of course you see here in the middle we have those purples, and then in order to blend out, just in case I probably need a lighter purple, I'm gonna go to the Pastel Lights palette, City of Pastel Lights, which looks like this, and it's almost neon, but I also ordered the neon palette, so when you see them next to each other next time you'll see that there is a difference. So I'm probably gonna use this here, and also I don't know, maybe even this, I don't know. Well, this is not for blending out, but we shall see. Anyway, I'm just gonna go in and I want to create a classic Smokey halo eye today. Last time we just did a Smokey eye, and this time I'm going to just include a halo because I have this nice lighter shimmer here, this one, that I want to use for the halo. It's called Glitzy, and yeah, so that's the plan. Okay, let's get to work and let's do a beautiful look for the Lupus Awareness Month. Okay, I'm going to go in with the E25 from Sigma, and actually I think I'm going to use the Pastel Lights palette first. I want to really try this one. So let's put that into the crease and see. Pickup is nice on the brush. Let me just adjust my mirror a tiny bit here. Okay, so let's just see how this pays off here. What I wanted to still say about Lupus is, first of all, one of you wanted me to do this video, and I'm so thankful for you, because I think that is such a good thing to make a video, you know, such a good cause to do a video. Plus, I'm not always aware of all of these things happening. I mean, obviously every month is sort of has a tag to it. This is that awareness month, this is that awareness month, and unfortunately I'm not living in awareness of that. Unfortunately. See this, how beautiful that is? Ooh. So I was very grateful that one of my subscribers reached out to me and she said, I would be so grateful if you could do that, it would mean a lot to me. So it's just so I really did film this video already, but I do feel today I feel much better, more chatty, more happy. So I think maybe it was for the good that those other files got corrupted. Plus, you know what? For the other video, I used the Hasina 2 palette and the Blossom palette from Blush Tribe, which is really nice. And I mean, you saw on the picture that the look turned out amazing. But I'm so glad that I know, because I have to refilm, I get to use those new palettes. So yay! Alright, I really like this purple. I'm still gonna build it up a tiny little bit. Okay, let me just swipe off the brush, and then I'm going to just blend out the edges here a tiny little bit before I then try to blend this one out with something else. Anyway, so what do I think so far about the palette? Or that one shade? Well, seriously, I just really used one shade. So sorry, Root Cosmetics, if you see this, because you must think that I'm crazy. But the first shade here I think is really nice, and it picked up nicely, it laid down nicely, it was super buildable. So for now I'm really happy, and I'm just so happy that I get to do this in this setting, you know, for such a good cause. So anyway, I'm just blending this out a tiny little bit, and then let's just talk a little bit also about those patients, the lupus patients, because as I told you, I did watch a few videos about this on YouTube, and I was actually really shocked. You know, I mean, in my career as a nurse, I've seen a couple of things that were shocking, and I started studying to become a nurse when I was 17, so I was really young. That's in Germany, that's the lowest legal age that you can start studying this. And I studied it for 3 years, and then I became a registered nurse. And in that time, seriously, I know I was such a chicken when I started. I was such a chicken. I was scared of everything. I was disgusted by everything. I even, in my first months when I actually had to, you know, work, when I wasn't in school, excuse me, when I wasn't in school studying, we always like studied for like 6 weeks and then we worked for 8 weeks, something like this. And I know that the first time I actually had to work in a ward, in a whichever ward that was, I fainted like almost every morning. Before I even had to start to work, I fainted in the nurse's room because I was just, what am I doing here? But you know what? I got over it really quickly, and I got really good at this. You know, when I finished my studies and had my final exam, I was actually really good. I finished with the best grades. So now, of course, I'm not working. Wait, I have to keep working. I'm not working, I have to keep working. Yeah, right. Okay, I think I'm gonna switch to the Reckless palette now, this one, and I'm gonna take this one, and I might actually have to also go into the bone color shade to blend this out, because really I don't have a lighter purple, or I don't know if I'm allowing myself this. I could theoretically go into this one here, which is not really a purple, it's a pink, but maybe. I don't know, but I don't want to. I want this to really be purple. So let's see about this shade, and if this is too dark, then I'll just go into the bone color, and well, it might help. So anyway, now I am not working as a nurse anymore. Obviously, I started my makeup artist career, when was that? A year ago or something like that, and studied, of course, to become a makeup artist, and yeah. So now we're doing this. I don't miss being a nurse, really, because for me now it is actually really impossible to do that. I mean, I have 7 kids, and I cannot work in shifts, and you know what? It's a very taxing, emotionally taxing job that I feel like now that I have a family myself, I can't do it anymore. That sounds so terrible, because a lot of people have to do it, and but I feel personally, you know, I cannot watch war movies anymore. I cannot watch anything in TV that is bad, that is like, I need only good things in my life, because I know there is so much horrible stuff out there in the world that I just cannot take it, because I always fear something, next second something is going to hit my family, you know. And I know so far we have been extremely blessed that everybody is healthy, that I'm healthy and alive and still kicking. And you know, it's a scary world. And going back to the people who are actually affected by lupus, so in those videos they interviewed them, and it was just heartbreaking how they suffer, you know. And then you'd never know when it hits you. It comes out of the blue, and you can be fine for like periods of time, and then suddenly you get like a spurt of this disease and it hits you, and then you're sort of knocked out of your life for weeks at a time. And then it's not only that, it's also how it affects the rest of their lives, you know. They lose their jobs, not everybody, but you know, the people that got interviewed there, some of them lost their jobs, some of them lost their marriages, because the spouses couldn't deal with all of this, you know. So there is so much heartache going on, and I just really wanted to do this video, because I think it's a very good thing to raise awareness for something like this that sort of flies under the radar. As far as I'm concerned, I never took a moment to inform myself about this. So yeah. Okay, sweeties, I did build up the shade quite a bit, and I did also blend it out with the other purple, this one, Swanky, this one. And now I think I'm just going to go in with that bone color shadow, and I'm just going to set my brow area, not the brow area, the underbrow area, or however it's called. And then I'm also dabbing it a little bit just here over the edge, and I hope that will just diffuse it a tiny little bit. I don't think it needs to be super blended. What am I talking about? In my life, everything needs to be super blended. But anyway, because I don't have a very light purple to work with, so that's really all I can do. Now, if this would not be a Lupus inspired or video, I would have chosen then this light pink that I showed you before to just diffuse it a tiny little bit, but we're not doing that today. Alright, in my other video that I did the other day, I was actually also, my whole styling was purple, everything. But in the meantime, I got myself this t-shirt, and then I thought, no, I'm gonna wear this one because it says fearless, and I think that is, it's better to have this message than me wearing only purple. I mean, who needs me to wear only purple, right? So anyway, so I'm just trying to blend this out a little bit more as far as I can, and then we're gonna go in with the shimmer shades, and I'm super excited to try them out because they're new to me. So yeah, so far I really like it. The shadows are super buildable. I really could pack them on, and sometimes purples can be super patchy. It was a tiny little bit here, but on this side not at all. So sometimes it's just really also, your own skin. It's not always the brand. And people forget that, Sometimes also, and it happened to me already so many times, in a first impression, the palettes did not work for me. And then I just let them sit a little bit and try them. Sometimes it's months later that I try them again, and then suddenly they're super good, and I just don't get why. And now I made a first impression that was maybe not so favorable. But then they suddenly work for me. And you know what? We mustn't forget that sometimes it's our skin condition, sometimes it's the weather. Makeup is affected by weather, our skin is affected by weather. So, you always have to take first impressions with a grain of salt. But with all of that being said, I really like the performance of this. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave it like this. And now I want to go in with Atta Girl, this one, which is the dark purple shimmer. Let's put that on a brush. And then I'm going to spray the brush because I always do that. And what I want to do is I'm going to put that at the outer corner and at the inner corner, and then maybe also a little bit towards the crease, like a bridge. And then I'm just going to do like a pointed halo, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean in a second. Performs really well. Yay! Good. I'm so happy every time. I'm so anxious to try new things because I never want to have anything negative in my life. I know it's like, I just love to be positive. I love to love things, especially when you spend money on something and then what, you don't like it. How does that make you feel, right? So I'm so glad when I get to love something. Alright, so let's just build a bridge a little bit here in the crease. Like this. And then we're going to have this round area here to place the lighter shimmer, and we're just going to blend that out, sort of stream it out into the other purple. So let's just get another brush, and I might then also go and do the rest, like the blending with my fingers, because yeah. Let me just show you the shade. This is the shade Glitzy, this one. It is maybe not the most obvious purple. It looks like it has a bit of a light blue undertone, but that's all I have. So that's what we're using. I think that's all I can, that's all I can use. You know what? This is without being sprayed. I have no complaints. Seriously, I forgot to spray my brush, and this is how it looks. Yeah. Okay, let's just put another layer on top of that is sprayed. Just dabbing out the edges a little bit. And then I think I'm gonna go in with it on my finger. Oh, this is beautiful. It's really beautiful. I hope this counts as purple though, because now it looks a little bit more like blue, like a silver blue, but in the pan, maybe because it's placed right next to the purple, that I felt that this is a purple, but I hope that this doesn't now invalidate my lupus video. I hope you guys understand that I did my best, okay? All right, I might also go in just with the darker purple again and just drag that on top of it a little bit more. Okay, let me just do the rest of my face off camera, and then I'm gonna be back and we'll do the lower lash line, and then we'll see how it turns out. And we're back. We're back, and I really like this look. I like it, and you know what, even though this second shimmer that we put in the middle there as a halo comes off as a little bit, sort of a little bit leaning towards the blue, it does though add such a nice dimension. I really like it, so I hope you do too. Okay, so let's do something about the lower lash line. What shall we do? I think I will go into the lower lash line again with this shade here. I know it's not really a first impression of the of that palette, but it is a first impression of the brand, which I think is really nice. I'm super excited to work more. Yeah, time to get offline, seriously. To work more with the other palettes that I got, and just get more shadows going, you know, more colors going. But really, I'm so super glad that I got to do this today, because it's such a nice cause. And you know what, this is conquest of kindness, you know, because even though I am not personally affected, thank God, and nobody in my family is, but I know now that there are so many people out there who are suffering from this wolf disease, you know. There is a reason, and I should keep working, there is a reason why this disease is called wolf, because I'm sure it tears on you, it tears you into shreds your whole life, not just your body, you know. And I think we should just be aware of that. So I think that's all I'm gonna do, honestly. You know what? I think I'm just gonna blend this out, and that's what it's gonna be, because why not? Okay, let me just get a different brush to blend this out with. Can I have one, please? Where's my assistant? Where's my assistant? Here we go. Okay. This brush is stained, but it is clean, because, sweeties, I only use green brushes. Clean brushes. Wow, you must think I'm an idiot. If you're new here, I'm sorry. You know, English is not my first language. It's not my mother tongue. I'm struggling, but you know what? I think we're doing pretty well under the circumstances. So this is what I'm doing, and I'm gonna do that on the second side too. Of course, I have to first of all dab out the creasing here a little bit, and then we're gonna be, oh, what did I just do? Then we're gonna be all done. Let me just fix this, and I'll be right back with the finished look. Okay, the crisis has been averted and we are back with the finished look, and I really do like it. Now, I have done for myself, done a lot of purple looks lately, so I'm personally itching to go back to other colors. And obviously, let me just zoom you out a little bit, I obviously also want to look at the colors in this palette, especially this one here, because of those beautiful shimmers in there. I'm itching for this color, because this looks like a duochrome. It's like green and red. Do you see this? Like this, it looks green, and then if you maybe like this, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but anyway, amazing colors in this palette. I cannot wait to do more with this. Absolutely. I might even get more in this line. You know, the other one, the companion palette, I sort of feel like now that I know the formula is really nice, especially the shimmer formula. Sweeties. Yeah, anyway, I'm a makeup artist, I'm a makeup collector, I'm a makeup lover, so I let myself have what I want to have, what I can afford in that framework, of course. Anyway, so wait, I didn't put any lashes. Let me just go and put some lashes and then I'm going to say goodbye to you. Okay, let's zoom you back in to just give you a closer look again, because let's do this right? Okay, as it turns out, I had not only forgotten to put on my lashes, I also had forgotten to put mascara on my lower lash line and to do the inner corner highlight. You must think that this girl is all over the place, but you know what? I'm a creative soul and I feel super happy today, and that makes me fly even higher. Let's say it that way. Life isn't perfect, I'm not perfect, so I am always doing my best, and sometimes I just have to adjust. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom you back out. For the inner corner highlight, I actually ended up using another shade from the Roaring 20s Reckless palette. And it's this one. I wanted something that is just there and it doesn't distract from the look, because really I would have loved to go in with something like this, which also seems like a duochrome shade. It's like a rose gold kind of a shade. Actually, this one also looks duochrome. It's such a beautiful palette. Anyway, this one, I did not spray it. I just wanted a tiny hint of it because I did not want to, wanted to distract from the purple, obviously, because that is our theme for today. So what do I think about the palettes? Awesome. I, of course, can only give like a sliver of a first impression. And as I already said, first impressions are always tricky. Don't take them always, not only on my channel, always with a grain of salt. Because if it doesn't work for someone else, does not mean that it's not going to work for you. And if it didn't work for that person on that day, it doesn't mean that tomorrow it's not going to work for that person, you know? But some people have not figured that out. And I think that's a very, very important thing, because really you can do harm to a brand that is really, really not deserved, because you just give a judgment on first use and then you don't use the brand again because you think it doesn't work for you. It does not work like this, okay? So the shadows that I used today worked really, really well, super buildable, nicely blendable. I also really, really liked that bone color matte that I put under my brows. Now, you don't see that very, very well, but I really, really loved how it applied and how it just sank into my skin. It was really, really nice. So I only have good things to say about this. I cannot wait to do a first impression with the other two palettes that I got and 2 more looks with this. Super excited about it. Plus, I just really want to also give a final thought for the Lupus Awareness Month. Thank you again for my subscriber who contacted me to do this, and I'm just so thrilled that I got to be part of this, because you know I have a kind heart. I'm a softie. I have such a soft spot for everybody who's suffering and for everybody who is challenged, and my heart goes out to so many people that I almost sometimes feel like there is no heart for myself left. So anyway, I just want to again, put this in the camera. Sweeties, be fearless. The world still belongs to you. You still have a life. Your family still has a life. Please hold on to what you have and be fearless and try to fight this. And I don't know that it's hard. I only know it from YouTube. What do I know? I don't know how it feels to live with this disease, but I'm just sending all my blessings to you, because there's nothing else that I can do. Maybe if you want to support this cause, maybe you can give, donating to research or something like this. I mean, I'm sure that you will find all kinds of information online, so please feel free to do that if you're interested in finding out more about this disease. And let's just be kind to each other, and let's look behind the facade and what we see, because sometimes, when these people have a dormant phase, sort of, where the disease is not active, and you get to know the people in that phase, then you maybe think, everything is dandy and happy, and sometimes we just have to look behind what we see. I think that is very, very important in everything in life. Just give it a second thought, just give it a second look, like a second impression of a palette, or sometimes a third one. I think that is a super, super good way of just being kind and reaching out to each other and being there for each other and extending the helping hand. So anyway, that's what I want to leave it with. I hope you did like the video. If you did, then please like the video and leave your comments in the comment section. And if you're new here, even though I was a bit all over the place today, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you here next for my next video, which is super soon. And up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.